peace. What it do? What it do, Gemini? Welcome to the channel. I am aTone. This is aTone Tarot. You are tuned in for a 10-day forecast for the first 10 days of October, and we are focusing on your finances, Gemini. So without further ado, let's get up into it. I will be using a everyday witch tarot deck, a career and finance oracle deck, as well as a character oracle deck for clarifiers. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what the first 10 days of October has in store for you. If you could, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, Gemini. All right. I hope all is well. We're going to get up into it for the first 10 days of October. I will pull 10 cards as it relates to your money and your career. Let's see what's going on with my Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. Let's see what's going on with the Geminis as it relates to their money. That bag for the Geminis. I don't do cards that fall on the floor, but we will watch for it. Let's see if it pops back out. That was the Knight of Cups. All right, let's see. That's the first 5 for my Gemini. Let's see what the career and oracle deck has for you. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first 10 days of October. What do we have going on as it relates to my Gemini's money? It's too many. Just one more. And there it is. All right, Gemini, let's get up into your message. You got the Queen of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, as well as the King of Cups. All right. So from the career and oracle, you got adventure, independence, authority, many choices, and movement. All right, Gemini. Now, I'm going to just say this again. It seems as if Gemini wants to have some fun. They do not want to be bound by responsibility. It seems they want to be in the win, which is not surprising, them being the air sign that they are. All right, Gemini, with this Queen of Pentacles being here and this Seven of Swords right behind it, um, be careful of also being someone's everything too, as it relates to your finances. You may feel like you are just being not taken advantage of, but you feel like I always gotta pay for this, pay for that. Like you might be in an energy of where is my assistance, as it relates to my money. I just want to have some fun. I want to go off on an adventure. I want to break free of my responsibility with independence being here. And then the authority of life is just stressing you out a little bit. You want some choices and options. You see her, she on a yacht. You daydream, Gemini, of a place far away. You want some movement in your life. Um, so you may be wanting to make some changes around your career to Gemini's. Also, what I'm picking up on, like, another opportunity is right around the corner that you may not realize. I may be speaking to a group of Geminis who have fell on financial difficulties, may have lost their job recently, but with this King of Cups being here is like spirit saying rest assured, something is on the way, um is right there. You will be okay financially. You might have been the Queen of Pentacles before, and this hiccup as it relates to the loss of employment could have been for divine reasons, right? Because remember, I mentioned you being the primary source, breadwinner and financial provider. It may have been that this loss was for your own betterment and your own good, with this Four of Cups being here, right? You worried about the loss, not realizing there is something in the tuck. There is a plot twist. There is something in someone waiting to bless you, surprise you in the corner. But again, your focus and forward movement is on the cups and the loss, uh, of what was in the cup spilled over. But there will be a King of Cups moment for you, Gemini, as it relates to your money. So it may be a little scary, um, or you may feel like it's unfair, as it relates to your money and your career path in the first 10 days of October. But no worries. Someone or something is on its way to provide support for you, right? And with this Seven of Swords being here is, again, I'm picking up on, you may not realize that the thing that you think is bad, or the thing that someone might have taken from you, was bad, but it turns out to be for your betterment and creates a sense of freedom and new agility with your money in the days forward, uh moving past the first 10 days of October, Gemini, that sets you on a bit of an adventure, right? Adventures have plot twists, they have highs and lows, right? And this is something for your own independence and your own, I won't say self worth, but you're going to be solo on this journey. It's for you to gain, gather, grow, and get something, Gemini, right? With this authority card being here again, it could be that you were sitting in an entry level position and you were forced out the door, and what's coming behind it is a management level position, because rightfully so, with your skill set you are more suited for an authoritative position, and higher ranking, more responsibility, Gemini. So certain events and circumstances could be occurring in your life that are not so great as it relates to your money, but they are for the betterment and the advancement and the evolution and escalation, and just taking that step up, Gemini, so that you can have some choices, right? Choices is going to be in your near future as it relates to your money, right? Having choices is always a good thing, right? And just not being afraid to move, which I don't think my Gemini collective is. Again, fellow air, that movement is good for our uh beings as far as growing and healing and progressing in life, because sometimes we get so uh locked into how we do things that we think it's always supposed to be that way. And it's no, 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 no. You don't need to do this entry level position anymore. You've gained all that you can and will, and it is time to close that chapter and move into something more adventurous, exciting, fulfilling, and financially secure for you, Gemini. And it's looking like you wouldn't have made the leap on your own. You know, you were comfortable where you were, maybe. So this is a different perspective on where your financial state might currently be, or where it will be in the first 10 days of October. You are being advised to just sit tight, because what's around the corner is more suited for where you should be and where you can be as it relates to the choices and opportunities that will be available to you, Gemini, um, as it relates to your career. Let's get up into some clarifiers. Let's take a look at this Five of Cups as well as this Seven of Swords. Yeah, I would like to. Oh, I did not read the messages before I get into the clarifying point of the reading. Let me read the messages on the bottom of each career and finance card. So for independence, you have it's time to go out on your own and create your own business, or try something well outside of your comfort zone. Again, I stated it, Gemini, you was too comfortable possibly, and certain events had to occur so that you could move. Adventure, you make exciting work moves that could take you outdoors or on a trip. You will need to climb steadily to reach your financial goals. So you can't sit still in this place. You cannot remain stagnant. You must move and get into an uncomfortable space, Gemini, to reach that next level. Authority. Clashes with the boss or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. So, this authority card could be an authority figure, a boss, a supervisor, manager, someone of that title in your life that pisses you off and sends you over the edge as it relates to um, something happening and changing in your world, Gemini, where a clash creates a kaboom. Many choices. You have options, even if you don't see them right now. Get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. Movement. You'll make good progress now, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. Again, sometimes we have to take 2 steps backwards in order to take 3 steps forward. So don't worry about the setback or the landscape of what your financial or career position may look like right now, Gemini, because change is on the horizon as it relates to your career, finances, and it will be okay. It might be a little rough, but it will be okay. But be prepared. So if you haven't been, start saving a couple extra dollars off to the side. You know, start tightening up your resume. Start talking to friends about other positions that might be open at their job. Become creative. Start stirring up the buzz around your career and finance future. All right, let's see what's going on with this Seven of Swords for my Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Seven of Swords. What's going on with that? All right, Gemini. Let's see what's up with this Seven of Swords for my Gemini collective for the first 10 days of October. We looking at that money bag. What's up with this Seven of Swords? All right, so for the Seven of Swords, you got gang and mother. Now, gang to me is a group. Mother, the one overseeing something, is clarifying this Seven of Swords, right? So, a brotherhood of shadows, underworld, transactions, violence, criminality. Some illegal activity could be going on at the job. You know what I mean? That could be causing an issue. Um, be mindful of that. It could be something like that. With mother being here, selfless love, nurturer, source of life, maternal patience, comforter. I'm picking up on someone who may have been like at a job where you look to them more like a mentor. Uh, that's what I'm associating this mother card with, a mentor. Someone who was a mentor to you, or someone you modeled your movements around in the industry or career space that you operate in. Gemini may not be operating so honestly, or they may have changed the way you see things in your industry, or you're looking at them a little differently. With that being the clarifier of the Seven of Swords. Take it how it resonates, Gemini. All right, let's get up into this Five of Cups. See what's up with that as it relates to your money. What will you be walking away from? Because that Five of Cups energy is um, something that causes you emotional pain and heartache that you have to walk away from and turn your back on. It's a loss that causes you tears, maybe. Again, we're talking about our careers and finance. Like, a lot of our personality is directly tied to our careers. So if something is changing in your career space, that can have an emotional impact to you. So, but I am here to reassure you, Gemini, you're going to be all right. Let's see what's up with this Five of Cups. What's going on with this Five of Cups? What's needing to be walked away from, or will be walked away from, around the first 10 days of October for my Geminis? So for the Five of Cups, you receive civil servant and lost soul. Remember, I just said when you have to walk away from something as significant as a career, or have a career change that you were not expecting, it can cause you to be a little lost, a little emotionally distressed, upset. You need clarity because you don't quite understand what's coming next, right? It says seeker of clarity, wanderer, confusion, defeat, struggle. So this might be the time that's uh going on right now, Gemini. And with civil servant being here, guardian of public good, public official, administrative duty, public administration, we have a lot going on as it relates to our government and the like medical industry. So hospitals, our nurses, doctors, like these public civil servant jobs may be impacted. Um, it may be impacting some of my Geminis out there, and it's causing you a little emotional distress, but it is okay. Again, change creates room for growth, rebirth, and forward movement, Gemini. I know that that may not be what you want to hear right now, but um, fives represent change, milestones, mile markers. Okay, we're at a point where of significance that means something, and I need to pay special attention to how this makes me feel, what financial position this puts me in, what mindset this puts me in, what spiritual space I might need to get into, right? For the next phase of my life. Whoever you pray to, or whatever spiritual practices you employ, Gemini, this might be a good time to really tap into and really ask for support, guidance, and vision and sight around next steps forward. But no worries, Gemini, everything is going to be okay, because with change comes growth, forward movement. You're going to find your way. And until next time, I hope this message helps. I'll see you later. Peace.